going on, guys? This is Induced Rhino438 back for another commentary on Forza Motorsport 6. So sorry I haven't made a video in a while. I've just been busy, that's all. And yeah, still got that, just remind you, still got that really important update video coming next week or very soon for you whenever this is uploaded. But finally, here is another video of another car review in Forza Motorsport 6, and that is definitely probably the greatest, most valuable, and most expensive classic car in the world. And you all know it as you're looking at it. And that is the 1962 Ferrari 250 GTO. This is just such a mind-blowing looking classic, mind-blowing looking car, even for today's standards. I just love this car. Everyone who is a motor enthusiast should love this car. Even though it's so damn expensive, it's still really good and it's really beautiful, even for today's. One of the most beautiful looking classics of today, but to be honest, I still don't think it's not as beautiful looking as the... I'm not sure. Okay, so, yeah, I think this is the most beautiful classic. I'm not sure if what other classic looks more beautiful is. So taking a look at the stats, we got a speed of 6.6, so that's pretty darn good for a car like this. Well, it should be this good considering this was a race car, one of the greatest race cars at the time, and still is. And still is one of the, probably the best classic in the world, and definitely the most valuable. Got a handling of 4.9, I guess that's alright. Acceleration 7.5, so that's pretty darn good as well. And a braking of 4.5, so yeah, like I said, like, back then I guess they were all with race cars, mostly prototype race cars, but even with race cars like this, they really nailed the speed and acceleration, but just had to work on the handling and braking. So it got 300 horsepower, so that, again, that's pretty good for 1960s. Really good. This was one of the fastest cars in the 1960s, but still being about a Ferrari Daytona, but that's okay. Got 216 pound-foot torque, so that's not bad either. 2,300 pounds, so it is maybe a tiny bit heavier than it looks, I guess. It kind of looks like 2,000 pounds, but it's 2,300. And we got 52% of that weight on the front. So let's jump into this beautiful looking thing. So, yes, when you look at it from the front, even looking at this on the front makes me smile. It's making me smile at it. It just, the way it's looking at you, the way the front looks at you really thinks it's waiting for you to drive it. Waiting for you to drive this beautiful, very, very, extremely valuable car. And it's like, also making you want to smile. But standing near this thing in real life, I'd be so shocked my legs I'd probably fall over. So yeah, the headlights look nice. They really match the intakers on the bonnet and the small and good looking, really thought out rear grille with the Ferrari badge. Yeah, this is the only thing I'm not very sure about this car is the blue seats in the interior. So I just do not think that it really suits this red exterior, this beautiful red exterior, but apart from that, this is so beautiful looking rear grille. Side looks nice, like old fashioned or classical, original classical tyres, general classical tyres, nice intakers there, like that, with the engine inside, and nice tiny little door handle button. I'm glad that it's a button, because in our days, most door handles that have buttons on them are usually either scissor doors or butterfly doors. And so when you move on to the back, it kind of looks like the back of a Shelby Cobra Daytona, except the wing isn't very curved and it looks slightly taller. So it looks alright. Got a nice, simple, small looking tail lights there. So yeah, I really like this, but just... let's be honest, when you look at the back, it doesn't really look... when you look at the back and the interior, it doesn't really look like a car that's worth like 40 million. I don't know. Yeah, the record price of this car was sold for $78 million US. That's just a huge price. So looking at the steering, like I said, I don't like those blue seats out. There's the colour of them, and because they're so small. I just don't see why they have to have those coloured seats in this beautiful car. That just ruins it. But the gear stick looks good. Gauges look nice, beautiful looking classical gauges, and a nice classical looking wooden steering wheel, which is also on every 250 ever made, every 1960s 250. So let's listen to it. Wow, such a shouting sound from that engine. I love this engine. I love it for a mod. If this was a really, this engine would have, the looks and the engine and the sound of the engine would have blown people away in the 1960s, and it still blows you away today. It still looks really good. So to conclude with this current Forza Vista, beautiful as hell, but expensive as hell. So now we take it for a test drive. First on the drag strip to test its speed and acceleration, then on the circuit to test its handling and its go. So I'll see you there. So here we are on the track, so yeah. As you can see, looking at it on the track, looking at the back, sorry, it just looks like so flat, but when you look around and when you get to the front, that's when you get that beautiful sensation of the car, the most beautiful part of the sensation. But because of this sunlight, the blue seats are pretty noticeable and just does not really suit. The light blue seats does not suit this cherry red exterior. But that does not really ruin the car overall. Just kind of, sort of ruins the interior tiny bit. But at least the beautiful looking classical deck gauges, steering wheel, and long looking gear stick makes up for it. So yeah, we got there pretty quickly and brakes fairly well. So now let's just drive the rest of the drag strip, see how fast we can get. So how fast can we get? So yeah, if you're new to this, just basically, first we go from 0 to, how fast you can get from 0 to 60, then keep going to 100, then brake straight away, and then just drive the remaining, which is always going to be most of the drag strip, see how fast you can get. Alright, so we got 148. Oh my god, we got 146 in the Shelby GT350R, and that was the record and the first car he ever did, and that's oh no, it's not the first car he ever did, but that was a pretty fast car, so this is even faster. This is just a oh, now I remember, because in the Shelby GT500, like, we were new on the drag strip, so we actually, on this, I think we started 25%, in the Shelby GT500, I think we started at about 40 or 50% of the, 40 or 50% of the track. So sorry about that sound just then, it was just, something just fell off my shelf, I'm sorry about that. But that won't stop us from recording, so yes, we're coming on Le Mans, because this car did race around Le Mans, and yes, this is the same track we went on when we gave the Volvo 123 GT a speed build, and it went extremely well on the straight and really fast, but on the corners and braking, not so much. But because this thing's not upgraded and was designed to be, specifically designed to be an awesome race car, it should do, we all know it's going to do better, and because it's not as fast. But it doesn't have to be as fast, because this is, like, A, it's in its stock, and B, cars back then were nowhere near this fast yet. We're nowhere near as fast as the fully upgraded Volvo 123 GT yet, or as fast as the Volvo 123 GT yet, except that was upgraded. Oh, are you kidding me? Already we're starting the track and we've spun out a bit. That's alright, we'll just keep going. So, just can't believe it, we already spun out. I thought this thing was going to do better, but yes, it does drive better, handles better, but no, I'll blame that on me. I don't want to blame anything on this car. I don't want to betray this car. I really don't. So yeah, cars in the 1960s were nowhere near as fast as the Volvo 123 GT fully upgraded yet. But they were getting there, or nowhere near as fast as a modern day car, as fast as the fully upgraded 123 GT as a modern car, like the Lamborghini Aventador, all that, or the Bugatti Huayra, no way. Well, that's obvious, you should all know that. So yeah, looking at the interior, I just love these gauges. Look, gorgeous looking gauges, very, very unique, very classic, indeed. So no, we haven't gone the full version of Le Mans, unfortunately, but we've done enough. And I like the way the gauges move, like the arrow moves. I really like that. who does not love this car? Whoever doesn't like this car, well, you need to do more research on cars, and you shouldn't be a motoring enthusiast if you don't like this car. In other words, you should maybe start a new talent. Okay, shall we go down the straight? Keep going. Oh no, we'll stop. We already did that on the drag strip. Okay, so what do you think I'm going to give this car out of 10? So I'd say, because this is so beautiful looking, goes really well, and sounds really well, except for that spin out we did. And it's just like and because it's the world's best classic ever, I'd say definitely an 8 or 9 out of 10. One of those. So not quite 10 out of 10, I should say, because a couple of little problems, just 2 tiny little niggles, like the blue seats and just the way the back looks. Don't get me wrong, I don't really hate the back, but it's just it doesn't look nowhere near as good as that gorgeous looking front, because it's just so flat. All you get in is that curved wing and the tail lights, the small simple tail lights, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, I'd say 8 or 9 out of 10, but that's a pretty good mark for the car. That's pretty good mark for a 1960s car. But that pretty much wraps up the video, so thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, leave a like, don't forget to subscribe, and leave down in the comments your ideas, what you want me to do for another video. So, I want to see your ideas, even though I've got a few more. So thank you guys for watching, I'm out. Bye-bye.